Here's a great addition to Canada's new repertoire. So if we didn't have it before, we're lucky enough to see the day. So this is actually something that's been going on for quite a bit of time. So we're currently in the season of just about fall. We're almost hitting fall. I think fall is coming in about a week's time, but for most people that's what they consider fall anyways as soon as it hits September. So this is as of May 2023. This was available where Canadians can rent cars through Uber. It's saying starting Tuesday, so this is actually a while back, but let's get into it to see what they got going on. So basically, what was available over in the States and in the UK was where you were able to use Avis, Hertz, Budget, and they offered rental programs where you could rent some of their vehicles to be able to do your gig economy, aka rideshare and food delivery jobs. And one of the reasons why it was a plus is because there's many people who need access to vehicles that didn't necessarily have their own, so provided them with an opportunity to be able to do so. One of the reasons why some people wouldn't have offered up their vehicles to do such a thing is because the amount of mileage it can put on the cars can be, somewhat of a concern, and maybe they didn't, they weren't sure if the market was ready because of the fact that their vehicles may need to be ready for other rentals outside of Uber, and because Uber is a constantly used thing, maybe they wanted to make sure that their cars were available for people who wanted to go out of town or people who wanted to have um, cars for other uses that didn't put on high kilometers on their vehicle. Either way, it's now here. So how it works is you can access the function directly through your Uber app. So for those who just want to go and do a a rental for whatever the reason may be, you might need it for a number of different reasons. But if you just need a rental, you can directly do it through Uber. And one of the beautiful things about doing anything through, let's say Uber, but in general for business purposes, is that these can actually help you when it comes tax time. Again, speak with your accountant to see what works best for you, but these are some of the things that you want to take into consideration. So if you are using this rental service for business purposes, then it may benefit you in many different ways depending on what your situation is set up like. Okay, so I really wanted to help that hit home because there are plenty of people who, if they had a vehicle to be able to use to do things like rideshare, things like food delivery, they would be doing so, and the only reason why they're not doing so is because they don't have a vehicle. Now there are other options. You are able to use a moped if you have a moped accessible to you. You're able to use electric scooters. You're able to use bikes. Not everybody is necessarily either cut out for that or wants to take that route. And then, of course, you also have to take into the consideration that not everybody is conditioned for when it is time to use those other services during some of the colder months. It may not be an option that they're willing to use. So again, now a car, a vehicle, van, SUV, these are now options that you can use so that you are able to complete your tasks without the necessity of having to do extra things such as bundling up, being exposed to the elements, things of that nature. So I hope this really helps you guys, and you take this information and go out there and be great. Okay, so we'll see you guys in the next video. If you got any comments or concerns, please leave them down in the comment section. Let me know what you guys want to see on the next video, and we'll see you next time.